Good evening. Well, whenever you watch this, it could be any time.
Good morning.
I say that every video. It could be, good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Good afternoon.
And good Wenceslas.
Good night.
Good. That was good, I like that. I'll edit that so it makes it look like I've said it so I'm funny.
Yeah.
We had a comment on one of the previous videos. I think it was the Expo one, the London Expo video.
Yeah.
From Grant Slade, who we chat to quite a lot on Instagram. He's been in sunny Wales recently. I noticed he's been up in the Brecon Beacons. He's been up there in mid Wales, the mountains, the rolling hills, the sheep, the little tea shops. He didn't go to Porth for some reason. I'm not sure why. Maybe because it's hell on earth. I think it's genuinely a level from Doom 2. But we have been... we got asked by Grant how we got into video games. And I thought that would be a nice little video to do because we did how we kind of first got involved in... sorry, there's fruit flies in here for some reason. How we got involved in video games years ago. With sort of Games Freezer. And we got asked to do an article by Games Freezer on how we met and stuff, which is a separate thing. But going back even further, how we got into video games like as kids is a good question. Do you want to go first or shall I?
How did we get into video games
as
kids?
Faye, how did you get into video games as a kid? Like what are your earliest memories of video games?
For me...
PS3, was it? Tekken 6?
I mean, it was last year.
Last year, literally.
When I was 16.
Well, you're a figment of my imagination, so it could be any time, really.
I was 16 last year. Brilliant.
I'd probably be in a police station right now if that was true.
Anyway.
So yeah, what are your earliest memories of playing video games? Or even seeing them?
So for me, I think my earliest memory of playing video games is playing the Commodore C16.
That's early.
With my parents.
Good. And
we played a game called Fire Ant.
Right. Okay. I'll have to look at this actually.
Literally little dots on the screen.
Oh, like Frogger?
No.
What kind of game was it? So you're like a line of ants?
Yeah. It's quite easy and really I should look more into it because I remember playing it and I also remember the majority of the time when I was playing the Commodore C16 was me going on one of the, I don't know if it's like an English app or probably not an English app, whatever, but one of those kind of ones, I don't know if it was a game or, not a game, sorry, like it was like a word program.
Oh, like a word processor thing.
But you could change the colour of the background of the screen, and I used to think it was fantastic. I'd be like, blue, green, change the colour of the back of the screen.
So you're a programmer?
You could change the little block colour, and then you could change your writing and stuff, but it was fantastic. Like, I used to just press enter, and or like a letter, and it used to go zzz. But back then, like now, you do that, and it's like, what are you doing? That's boring.
Did you have a program where it spoke back to you?
Yeah.
That's all. On the C16, that's cool.
No, the C16. I think that was a bit maybe later on. One much of the C16.
I remember having on my Amiga.
I was quite young, so you're obviously older than me, but
by 1,000 years.
Yeah.
So,
but
Fire
look,
Ant.
Yeah, it had another one I played, but I don't remember. But my mum had at the time was Treasure Island.
Was that a text adventure?
Probably was on Commodore C16, but I can't remember that. But
I've never played the Commodore C16. I remember the Commodore 64 reasonably well, but the C16 was... You must have been young.
I was very young.
Yeah.
Hence why I like the screens where I could just type in text and then change the colours of the background of the screen.
So it was almost just like a word processor you could sort of fiddle with.
I mean, I must have... That was before like Mega Drive and stuff, so I must have been like... That's probably 2 days old.
Yeah, well, the Mega Drive was 89. You were born in 86.
Oh yeah, tell me everyone my age, thanks.
That's fine. She looks wonderful. It's quite positive lighting in here, so you're okay. But I'm just thinking that the Commodore 64 was like... Your parents you must have been like 2 or 3.
I was very young. I was a bit older than that when I played it, so maybe they had it for a couple of years and I played it when I was about 4 or 5 maybe.
Yeah, because back in the it wasn't like now where the new console comes out and everyone buys it. You just had it for years. And then
or you bought it about a year later, 2 years later when
it dropped in price from being £1,000 for no reason. Yes.
But I think I was quite lucky in that respect where I can honestly say that I went through my life and played all these different consoles because my parents bought them.
Yeah,
me.
We were chatting about this the other day, and you said that you had sort of, you and your siblings, the 4 of them, had a console each, and you kind of went from having computers and stuff to having consoles. So between all the different, like the Master System, the Mega Drive, the Saturn, the Dreamcast, you kind of, each of you and your different age groups worked through each one, so you kind of touched each thing. Apart from N64, there was no Nintendo action, was there? I didn't have any Nintendos when I grew up.
Yeah, we had SNES.
Nice.
So I didn't have the SNES, but my 2 brothers both had a Super Nintendo each.
Of course they did.
One Christmas. I think it's more like they wouldn't fight over it then.
Makes
One
sense.
each. I, at the same time, shared a Master System Master System 2 with my sister.
Master System 2 threw it in there. So you had Alex Kidd built in then for you.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good. And the time this was put on top of my karaoke machine because I was an avid watcher of Karaoke Challenge on Challenge TV, I think. I don't know if was it on Sky, yeah.
It sounds like something that would be on Sky.
But I remember loving karaoke anyway, so I had this massive karaoke machine, and on top of it was my Master System, and then there was the CRT TV at the side then.
My memories of the Master System, which I never owned, I just used to play over friends' houses and stuff, was you put a game in. Also, by the way, karaoke, there's a Mega CD karaoke machine, isn't there, which would be nice to have. You rolled your eyes then in ecstasy. With
I've seen it.
With the Master System.
Not in real life, but I'd love to. But.
I remember playing Sonic games a lot and putting the games in. And whereas in the Mega Drive you put a cartridge in, obviously, turn it on. If it's not loading properly, then you just get a blank screen.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, on the Master System, you put a game in, and you're like, right, the Sega logo would come up, and then Alex Kidd, and you're like, right, I got to take it up, blow on it. And I used to really that tension of, is it going to be Alex Kidd or is it going to be Sonic?
Or was it going to be Wolf Child, which I wanted to put in?
Wolf Child, no music. They don't need music with it going.
One of my favourite games on the Master System, actually.
It's really funny because when you first showed me, I've never played it before, and you put it in the Master System, it boots up, and it's Wolf Child, this splash title screen, and you're like, come on, start.
Nothing. It's like, bloop. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it literally doesn't make any any
noises.
Sound.
Any
lots
sounds.
of words. Any sound. So you say, like he walks along and it's kind of like now and again he's like bloop.
Yeah, like a and there's this weird like sort of like gentle sound when he jumps. My earliest memory of a video game was an Amstrad CPC, and that was my uncle Jan. Sitting between his legs while he sitting on the floor in a small bedroom, and he was just playing. It was like a not pole position, but like a Formula 1 game. And I remember thinking, oh my god, this is like sitting in a car. And especially because I was sitting like in his lap, and he had the controller in front of me, he was playing it, or the joystick it would have been. And I remember thinking, Jesus, this is like being in a car. This is what being a driver's like.
Yeah.
It was basic, is what it was, but it was good times. And I think I inherited. I think my auntie and uncle split up, and I kind of weirdly inherited the Amstrad, and I had that for a long time before then I had an Amiga. But yeah, I remember the Amstrad, because when I grew up, because I grew up in a place called Kilfynydd in the Welsh Valleys, a lot of people were into stuff like rugby and singing sort of close harmonies and stuff. I was just really into
part of the male voice choir,
the
Welsh choir.
And I just used to like reading like David Gemmell books and just sitting in my room playing computer games, and Curse of Sherwood, and Dan Dare 3, Death Wish, like loads of games I just smashed into on the Amstrad, and then the Commodore, and then the Amiga, and it went on and on from there. But the Amstrad is the first one I really remember really playing a lot.
That's really cool.
Is it because you were yawning? I thought you were...
I'm very bored.
Right.
No, that's awesome, because like I said, mine was a Commodore C16, which is very vague and quite hazy, actually, quite a hazy memory. But my first proper one, I would say, was Master System. I've got problems saying Master System. I don't know why. But
Yeah, I have trouble with
2 S's to get,
lots of
three
R's,
S's to,
and which is harsh because my name is Britt Russell Roberts. There's a lot of R's, and you struggle with S's. Master System.
What about Road Rash and Ridge Racer?
That's fine. Road Rash, Ridge Racer. I just have to think about it. What about the Sega Master System?
The Sega Master System. Quite
I can see you like nodding
but
along
I
with
don't
yourself.
understand why that, you know, like,
Yeah.
I find it quite hard to Master
If you were a
System.
snake, you'd really struggle.
Yeah, I would. But, and then, like I said, I'm Wolf Child, and the
Again.
one for me was Formula 1 Grand Prix.
That could have been the one I played with. Do you know, just a flashback
That's
of like
the one, sorry, for interrupting.
Mastertronic on the cover, wheels blowing off. Sorry, you just reminded me what mine was.
That's cool. But anyway, come on. My sister and I used to play the Formula 1 Grand Prix one on the Master System. Super Monaco Grand Prix.
Oh, Aiden Senna Super Monaco Grand Prix.
That was it, yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought it was fantastic because I've never played a game like that where, oh my god, you control the car. I thought it was fantastic.
And you can see the steering wheel and you're like, I'm driving this.
I
This is
spent
cool.
days on that. Like, it was awesome.
Because I played that on the Mega Drive, the Mega Drive version. And I just remember it was a really busy HUD where it was all the speed and as a kid I didn't really understand it all.
Yeah.
But apparently it was quite a well received game, and that was on one of the Mega Games. Mega Games
2, is it?
2. I was gonna
1 or 2, yeah.
Better be 2. Actually, the whole reason for this video is the reason I've got Landstalker. It was because to me Landstalker was kind of my Zelda when I grew up, and I was
Oh really?
Landstalker was like 92, so I would have been 9. So I've got my brother would have been 2, and I remember just like rushing home from school to play Landstalker because to me that was my Zelda. It was like another world you could delve into.
Another world, hey? Hey?
Nothing by Delphine Software tonight, Faye. And you know, just and you could save your game, and it was almost like you could completely immerse yourself in it. And when I play early Zelda games now, I kind of feel a bit, it's not quite Landstalker, is it?
But if you played Zelda on the SNES, which is the only Zelda game I would play, I didn't really play on the Game Boy or anything. I played it on the SNES.
Was that A Link to the Past?
I played on my brother's console. I remember thinking, oh my god, this game. And, well, luckily for me, he was kind of let me play on his game, and I think he probably played on my Master System. And but I spent hours collecting rupees on that game because I used to love going shopping in the game.
Alright, you're literally
Yeah.
just going shopping.
Yeah, just buying things. Apart from that, I think I played Tasmanian Devil or something like that on the SNES.
Was that the weird one where you ran up the screen?
Yeah.
It was like a behind,
Collecting bicarbonate of soda and stuff. I remember thinking, what's bicarbonate of soda?
You see, in Sonic you collect rings, in Mario you collect coins, in Tasmania on the SNES you collect bicarbonate of soda.
I'm sure that was one of the things that made him go faster or something. I remember thinking, why is bicarb? Like, I'd not heard that before, so I was kind of like, what is that? Bicarb. So I always remember that always sticks
I
with
still
me.
don't fully understand why
But
making it faster now.
Also so many good SNES games, which we probably will go into another video because we can't.
Oh yeah, this one was just about the early days, but they were my earliest memories. For me it was the Amstrad CPC, for you it was the C16 and the Master System.
Yeah, Wolf Child.
When I think of my earliest, apart from that Formula 1 game, which I'll dig out later on, for me it's Curse of Sherwood. I really remember playing Curse of Sherwood a lot. Mastertronic to the hilt for me, because they were like £1.99 a game, and my mum would like every week buy me a Mastertronic game. I would inhale them. So yeah, that's kind of our earliest memories, I suppose.
Yeah. I think another one that's quite crystal clear for me is Mega Drive, which is, as you can see, is a console like.
Well, that's when we both
love collecting.
Because I remember every Mega Drive game really clearly.
Same, and like where it stemmed from and like how we started out and stuff. And but what was your earliest memory of the Mega Drive actually?
Mega Drive. Mm-hmm. Well, obviously, Faye.
Mega Drive 1 and Mega Drive 2.
It would have been Christmas 92 and 93, and I was wearing my karate gi blue dressing gown. Came downstairs, and don't yawn. You asked the question.
You spot my yawn then.
And my dad had bought me a 14-inch CRT for my room, and Mum and Dad and Sonic. Mm-hmm. And I remember initially being weirdly disappointed that after playing the Amiga and the Amstrad for so long, that I finally had a 3-button controller and every button was jump anyway. With Sonic, it was like bloop bloop bloop. Oh, wicked! And then I remember playing it and being by how smooth it was and how fast it was, and the music was amazing. And that was the Christmas that I drank. I had like an Ultimate Warrior doing a pose, and at the bottom of it there was a load of sweets. And as I was playing Sonic, I was like, oh, I don't want to stop playing, but I'm hungry. So I had a mouthful of sweets, but they were actually like bath salts for bubble bath. I was sick. I was sick on Christmas Day.
There was a lot of it back then, so I remember having a lot of bath salts as gifts, and I was about 7.
A kid, who cares about bubble baths when you're a kid?
Yeah, I remember having like draw liners and stuff.
Draw liners?
I remember when I was I think it was Mate's birthday, I had draw liners.
What are
you basically
they?
put them in your chest of drawers or whatever to freshen the smell of your socks and stuff.
What are they like the same as those little cubes that look like presents, and you put them in the back of your drawer and they make everything
Similar
smell
thing, except these were sheets. And then I had ballet shoes, because I did ballet at the time as well for years. And you hang them on your dress or whatever, or your chest of drawers. And mine was like quite a pungent kind of lavendery chamomile smell. But inside I used to shake it and think, what's in there? But it was like the salt, I suppose. It used to stink.
It was, yeah.
I smelled
You walk in your bedroom after school like, oh, I
used to love it, yeah. I smell like, you know, doing a long car journey, and you've got like the really pungent like vanilla air freshness and stuff, and you're going, I don't feel well.
I feel sick.
Yeah, that's reminded me of when I was in my bedroom.
Yeah, I remember everything in my room used to smell of soap, and I also remember being a kid. While we're on the subject, and getting high karate aftershave when I thought, well, I'm a man now. Obviously, I was like 8 or something, and it burned when I put it on. But also, I remember it came in with instructions that told you how to fight off girls, because it would obviously work so well. And I also remember someone telling me that it contained alcohol, so you could get drunk off it.
Please do drink it.
I had a swig of high karate, and I was sick. Basically, my childhood was just me being sick and playing Sonic.
It's like an episode of Bottom, isn't it?
Any days of you. So yeah. Draw liners.
But yeah, so what I was gonna say before you moved into
Sorry, my mistake.
Because you on about your again an early experience from your Mega Drive kind of days.
Yes, Sonic.
Mine probably was Sonic, but I also remember Grand Slam Tennis. Jennifer Copyrighted Tennis.
An advantage.
Because I remember the.
Promo.
I can't obviously say it, but sing it. But yeah, I know you mean. It's like that music, isn't it? And then
it's like shoulder thrusting music.
And then she turns around and then she took out of the racket and she on the startup screen. She does that
good.
kind of. Yeah, I remember that. Cause I remember the music. I remember borrowed it from the video shop, and we'd always borrow like games from the video shop and stuff.
That should be another video. We could talk about video shops a lot.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that another time. But I think that was one of my first ones, along with like maybe a couple of racing ones, like the Super Monaco ones, again on the Mega Drive, and.
So yeah, to recap, earliest memory for me, some Formula 1 game, which I'll find later on, and Curse of Sherwood on the Amstrad. Yours was C16, Fire Ant.
Yeah.
I'm right in thinking there's another game you remember with like an Antarctic theme or Arctic theme.
Yeah, but I can't think what it's called. It's called Ice something. Ice Blocker.
Ice Climber?
No.
That's on the NES, isn't it?
But it's very close. Ice.
If you can think of a C16 game with ice in the title, put it in the comments.
Because we've got it on cassette, it's in the cupboard, so I know they had Treasure Island and they had Fire Ant, which I remember Fire Ant, and they had another one, and it was called not Ice Blaster, but it was called something icicle or something ice or ice something. Yeah, let us know.
Either way, games are good.
Yeah. Keep on gaming.
Always.
Keep on gaming in the free world. It's your key.
Send you a reference, that's fine.